So, Mr. Denver, our customers tell us it's really important for them to understand what caused the issue with their foundation. And I happen to agree with that. How can I provide a solution to you if you don't even understand what's going on? And you told me you are a banker, so you have no idea anything about foundations or construction. So let's go through this short presentation together. And if you have any point in this that you'd like to stop and ask a question, please feel free. I can just hit the pause. All right. So we start with the soils. So we have glacial deposits, wind, water, and water creates erosion. So they bring in fill soil. And as you can see in your cul-de-sac how beautiful it is out there, mostly all of that is fill soil. So think of it as layers of a cake. You have organic matter, surface material, subsoil, substrate, and bedrock. When they built your home, they dug a hole within the loose soils, the active soils. They poured a footing in the active soils, then placed your foundation walls and piers. Then from there, they put in your floor framing, that's your floor decking, and then your home's placed on top. Pretty heavy stuff if you think about it. So looking down into this cavity here, we have backfilled soil that's up against your foundation, man-moved soil up top, and native soil that has not been dug or disturbed. So as your home's sitting there, you have your active zone. So that's where the soils are moving. As you can see, we have some shrinking in the soil. So there's three types of foundation settlement. One is uniform settlement. Picture an elevator going up and down. With uniform settlement, you don't see too many issues because it's all moving together. It's not good, but you don't see the issues. Then we have something that's called tipping settlement. We don't see it often in our area. When I do, it's usually a home that's built on the side of a hill. Then we have differential settlement, which is what you're dealing with outside with your foundation, or inside. Differential sediment, like in your case, is where that corner has cracked. It causes cracks in the bricks, cracks in the walls like you showed me earlier, and then sloping floors. This is caused from the soil movement when we have a dry season. Picture a sponge, and when it's dry, it shrivels up. The soil does the same thing, which creates these large voids under the home. Now, with the wet season coming, we have rain that fills in, or water that fills into the cavity, and it will start to build up against the foundation, and it actually builds up pressure, and now it's cracking the foundation, and that's where you can see this settlement. It also creates landslides. Your home sinks, and so the other thing that can occur is poorly compacted soil, in which most homes are built on poorly compacted soil because it's not something builders take much time on. So the first three levels are what's moving here, is active. Which one of these issues do you think is causing the issue in your home? Yeah, probably all three. It's a good guess. All right. So now I'd like to go through the historic options for repair so you can see exactly what can be done to fix these issues. So first we have concrete and steel concentric piers. Then we have concrete underpinning, and then foundation replacement. Oops. So concrete piers are placed under the foundation. Picture pushing a pencil into the soil. The downside is you're not going to get your going straight. It will always go kind of to the side. The thing with concrete is it's only load bearing in one direction. If it's sideways, it's losing its ability to support the load as stacked. With that, you have there's also limited lift. There's additional shims that can be installed, but you're not going to really lift a house with a small piece of concrete like this. And it, most importantly, doesn't meet that load-bearing strata that I talked about. So then the other option is steel concentric piers. They're cored into the soil. Oftentimes they bend during installation, and they also have a limited ability to lift. And guess what? It also doesn't reach that load-bearing strata. Then there's something called concrete underpinning. I think it's a great application if you want to lower your foundation and you're trying to get more headspace. However, to stabilize a foundation, it really doesn't make much sense. There's no opportunity to lift the house. Concrete is very heavy. It's actually 100 to 150 pounds per cubic foot and can actually pull down on the foundation. And it doesn't even address the unstable soil. Another option for repair is full wall replacement. It's super expensive. In our area, you're looking at about $60,000 per wall. And as we see here, it's 2 walls that have sunk. And then it's a long repair. So when I say long, it could range anywhere from 30 to 60 days. And if the weather conditions are what we're expecting them to be coming up shortly, it could be even longer. And so with that, all your utilities are disconnected. Oh, no, you're not going to be able to stay in the home, unfortunately. That corner here, your front entryway is right there, so you wouldn't even be able to get in. And then second to that, you won't have any utilities. So no, unfortunately, by code, with no running water, you can't stay here. And that finished basement that you love so much. So it is going to be completely destroyed. And guess what? You guessed it, it does not address the unstable soil. So let me ask you this. Do any of these options for repair make sense to you? Because quite frankly, they don't make sense to me. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. So I'd like to go through a solution that would absolutely work in your home. And that's groundwork solution. That's why you called us, right? All right. So we are going to be talking about piers. And with our settle stop push piers, I generally start this with having our qualified engineer explain this in a high level way, so that you can really understand exactly what the piers are going to do for you. The video's playing. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Trying to find my push pier V. Okay. So here we are. So first, our crew is going to come in and skillfully open about a 2 foot by 2 foot square in the concrete floor. That's going to now expose the footing. We're going to hand dig the soil that's there, and we're going to put the bracket under the footing. Then from there, the pier's collar is set in place. As you can see, we're still in the active zone here. Now we're going to start to insert our piers. And they're going to push. Now, in our area, we're typically going anywhere from 12 to 20 feet. But, you know, I'm not Mother Nature, so I don't know exactly how deep we are going to go. Once the piers are set in place, the top bracket is put on. And this is where the hydraulic comes into play. These hydraulic lines are linked together, so we have an even transfer. And now we have transferred the weight of your home onto the load-bearing strata.